Good morning, welcome to Womble Wonders. I'm in the Peak District in Derbyshire and we're going to go and look at a plane crash, which I'll talk about when we get there. I'm out with Mrs Womble, it's her birthday today, and I'm also out with a few of my friends from up north. That's all them with their dogs and things. So we're going to wander across the, this is actually called the Devil's Dyke along here, and it's part of the Pennine Way long distance footpath. So yeah, we're just going to wander over there somewhere, and in there somewhere we're up.
That rock formation on the top, the right on one.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Okay. So we're going over to that rock formation over there, and there is a plane crash there, which I'll talk about a little bit more, like I say, when we get up there. So yeah, stick with us, and we'll have a bit of an adventure across the moors of Derbyshire. So we've parked up at the well, it's not a car park, it's by the side of the road on the Snake Pass, which runs between sort of Manchester and, well, Glossop and Sheffield. And there's this pathway that runs along here, and just back here it's all been sort of repaved. But if you look at the road here, you can actually see that it's got all these old, what the northern people call flagstones, but down south obviously we just call them slabs. But yeah, you can see, and you can see why as well, because this is all peat moor. You see how dark it is, and it's very soft underfoot as well. So yeah, this is made to obviously keep people like me from walking all over there, but I still do it anyway. So yeah, I mean, you've got to think as well, back in the day, this was how people got about, you know, before cars and things. You might have had a donkey or, you know, a little pack horse or whatever, and these were the highways of the time to get between the settlements. So yeah, we're not too far now from where we're heading. Well, I say not too far. Going up to the top of that hill over there. And apparently there's a trig point there, and you can see right down towards the coast, sort of past Manchester and Liverpool. And obviously in this direction, over here in the east, as the camera comes round, is Sheffield, Huddersfield, places like that. So yeah, we're just going to continue walking on. Which the dogs are really, really loving all the mess and everything, and we're having a good time too. So it's a nice day. It's a bit cloudy, but the temperature's okay. I've took my hat off because I'm sweating now a little bit. But you can see the difference in the path that we're walking along now. You can see it's more like a valley in here. And Rob was telling us, one of the lads who's out with us, this is called the Devil's Dyke. And it used to be a water channel to drain off this part of the moors up here. And you can see down here still, like the water runs through it. But I think they've done something now. The whole area around here is full of reservoirs as well to sort of power the Industrial Revolution as it was back then, and also obviously water the cities of Manchester and Liverpool and all the places around there. But yeah, look. Hello, hello. So yeah, onwards and upwards. It's a beautiful walk as well, but it's there's lots of people out here as well. It's much busier than you would kind of imagine the moors to be. You kind of think of them as being lonely and this, that and the other, but there's loads of people out just enjoying a Sunday morning walk, and there's lots of places where you can get up to your knees in the peat as well. So somebody just back there took the fall for us, so we managed to keep our feet dry. But yeah, it's a completely different landscape as you come up here now. If you look at it's absolutely gorgeous. You've got this little stream trickling through here, look. And all of this here is peat, you see. Obviously the heather and all these plants up here break down over time, and they form these layers of peat, and it actually colours the water. If I can, there you go, look at the colour of the water there, all this brown. Yeah, so we're continuing on up this way. There's Mrs Womble. It looks like we're going to get wet feet here, so I'm going to have to put the camera away. Yeah, I don't. Okay, just going to try this way. Going for it? Yeah, she's got it. There we go. Hey up. I nearly went over then. And up we go. Right. Go this way then. There we go. But yeah, you can see, which you can see why they put the flagstones and that down back on the other bit of the path there. Because obviously it is falling to pieces where all the walkers and that come through. Anyway, I'm going to have to put the camera away because I have to give Mrs Womble a help up some of these bits. I've actually hung back a little bit from the rest of the walking party that we're with, and look around. Look at that behind me. for miles and miles around. It's got these hills, and they're pretty featureless. You know, the wind whips through here in the winter. And it, you know, there are quite a lot of people out, like I just said, but you know, it gets really, really. You can imagine how quiet it gets up here at night. Just in a ptarmigan or a grouse or something like that, go flying across in front of us, and you can, you know, every now and then you'll hear them sort of chuckling in the distance. They make like a tuk 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 sound. So yeah, we're heading up. That's the rest of the party here, and we're heading up onto the top of here, and we're going to take you to see a very famous, certainly up at this part of the world, aeroplane crash, and it's still up there. The plane's still up there. It came down a long, long time ago, but when we get up there, we'll have a little chat about it. So yeah, look at this now. It's opened out a little bit, and we're actually, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that strip of, I don't know whether you'll actually see it over there, but yeah, maybe you will or not. But there's like a strip of white, and that's where we parked the car. But we've come all the way around this hill over here, and then we've come up through this bit of a valley there, and we're heading to the top of this, and it's called Bleaklow, this area. So yeah, onwards and upwards. So I'm very lucky to actually have met up with Rob, who's a friend of Mark's. This is Mark here. This is Mark, a good friend of ours. And we met up with Mark last night, and he knows these hills like the back of his hand, as does Mark, but he's really into his history. And so he's just said to me, get your camera rolling, because we're just about to hit it now. So I'll just turn you around. I'm out of breath a little bit now, because that last little bit has been a bit of an ascent. And so up here, on the morning of 3rd of November, 1948, a B-29 Boeing Superfortress, being flown by the US Air Force, crashed into this hillside. What had happened was they'd come from this direction over here, from Scampton, which is in Lincolnshire, and they were heading over in this direction here, towards Warrington, and the weather was terrible, so they were flying in very low cloud, and so they were relying completely on their time, how long they'd been flying, and they actually thought that they'd passed over these peaks. And so what happened, about 11 o'clock on that morning, they came down here thinking that they were heading down into Warrington, and it literally just came down here. So Rob's pointing something out to me now. Oh wow, so now look at this. And so 13 people died, probably instantaneously, as the plane just crashed straight into the hillside. And so bits of it are lying about all over the place. So look at this. Look at that. I don't know what this is. But yeah, this was a part of, like I say, a B-29 Superfortress. Look at that. Look how clean it still looks. Obviously the steel part of it is rotting away, but this is stainless steel, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to continue up to the sort of the main area, because I know that some of the engines and things are up there. So yeah, we'll continue up this way. And here's another bit of it, look. So you can look at this. So you can see up there, it's scattered all the way across this hillside. Look at this here. Wow, don't know what that would have been. Wow, absolutely amazing. And like I say, 13 people died. There were 11 crew members and 2 passengers, all part of the US Air Force military. Wow. And there's a plaque up here somewhere. Hello you, hello you. Look at this. Wow, that's part of the wing, isn't it? Wow. Look at these. This is amazing. I mean, it's tragically beautiful, isn't it? Wow. Oh, I'm standing on bits of it. And wow. Literally, can you imagine? Imagine just the ground suddenly appearing and too late to do anything. Look at it all. Look at it all. It's everywhere. Wow. Yeah, yeah. There's a big bit over here. Look at this. This looks... Yeah. This is the landing gear, isn't it? Look at this. Look at that. So they wouldn't have had the wheels down, would they? Look at that. Wow, and that's huge. Wow. And this is Rob's. So Rob's telling me this is titanium here. Yeah. Wow. Wow, look at this. Absolutely. It's horrific if you think about what, what actually happened, but yeah. Wow. I do have my drone with me and the wind's not too bad, so what I might do is see if we can get an overhead shot of it all. Wow, look at this, and you can see, obviously people still remember these people, and they come up here and they lay their rigs. In the 1970s, apparently, somebody actually found a ring, and it was actually belonged to the captain of the plane, apparently, and it went back to the family. They found out whose it was. Wow, look at this, and obviously, RIP chaps. What a place. Yeah, can you imagine though, coming in, because they'd have been coming in over this way and just bouncing into the hillside. Wow, I mean, it's everywhere. It literally is everywhere. I mean, some of it's probably been moved around. Apparently, according to the lads, when it happened, the kids from Glossop, which is the town that we're staying in at the moment, they came running up here and sort of pilfering bits and pieces. Obviously, they had to send up the rescue squad. Were actually over here on Kinder. That hill in the background there is Kinder, and they were doing some training exercise, and they sort of hot-footed it over here. But look at the size of these bits. It shows you how big a plane it was. What I'll do in the video is I'll get a picture of it. And an interesting thing actually as well, the plane itself was called overexposed. And the reason it was called overexposed is because it was actually used as a photography plane for the nuclear testing over the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific. So yeah, this is the plane that they were actually filming. You've probably seen them on videos and whatever of the mushroom clouds and things in the Pacific. And this is the plane that they actually took the photos with. And this is where it rests now. And obviously, the memory to those who flew this. Look at these are the engines. Wow, absolutely amazing. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get some photos as well, get some still photos to put into it. Wow, what a sad thing, eh? Anyway, you can see how busy it is as well. And so I'll get the drone up in a minute and we'll get some photos. So there's just a plaque here that tells you all about it. In memory, here lies the wreckage of B-29 Superfortress, overexposed of the 16th Photographic Reconnaissance Squadron, USAF, which tragically crashed whilst descending through cloud on the 3rd of November 1948, killing all 13 crew members in the aircraft. The aircraft was on a routine flight from RAF Scampton. Now, RAF Scampton is where the Red Arrows actually operate out of, obviously the sort of display team, to American Air Force Base Burtonwood, which is sort of down towards Warrington. It is doubtful the crew ever saw the ground. I mean, you think about that, they just suddenly crashed. This memorial was laid by 367 Air Navigation Course of RAF Finningley on the 12th of November 1988. What a place. What an absolute... You imagine how scary that... I mean, if you didn't see the ground, you wouldn't have been scared, would you? It was a routine flight, but this is how it ended up. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get the drone up and we'll see if we can get some artistic sort of shots. I know it's a little bit morbid, this one, but, it is part of the history of this part of the country. And seeing as how we're up here, it's something we'll see. Anyway, I'll get the drone up. So hopefully you've seen the drone footage. I'm not the best drone pilot in the world, but yeah, and you can see the sort of extent of the damage. Well, obviously damage, I mean the whole thing must have just exploded as it hit the hillside. I'll leave some like Wikipedia articles and things in the comments down in the description down below, so you can read a little bit about it if you ever come up this way. It's not that far from the road, it's about a mile and a half of sort of walking over this terrain. So that's pretty much it, I suppose. We're just going to walk up to like a viewpoint up here, what they call a trig point, and we're going to look out over Glossop down into Manchester, and then we're going to head back to the car. But yeah, if you like the video and you want to see more like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all the things that YouTubers say, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.